The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are not necessarily representative of the coalition or any other entity. This content is intended for mature audiences only.
Throwdown. What's going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown, episode 124. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
I'm the best at what I do, and what I do is pretty nasty.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Carlos Romero.
Yo.
Adam Vale.
Game Boy.
All right, and we got some very, very special guests with us. Joining us once again, Mr. Andre Tipton, Otaku Man. What's up, Andre?
What's up? Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah, we hear you perfectly, bro.
Good.
All right, and then we got, we're doing great, man. We're going to get into it tonight. And then we got two returning guests as well. First, we got from She Attack, Eric Cuts for the win. What's up, Erica?
Hey, Tony. Hey, everybody.
Hey, what's
Good
up?
to be here.
Hey.
All right, and then the man himself, the creator of the Switch Gang, Press Start Kofi, Mr. Kofi Plays. What's up, bro?
What's good, guys? What's good?
All right, yo, man, you sound a little tired there, man. That's Zelda taking away from your sleep time, bro. What's up?
Yo, you already know what it is, man.
All right, people. So tonight we're going to be talking about the Switch. But before that, a couple more shout outs. I want to give a shout out to all of our guests that we had on last week. Jack Move Johnny from Weapon Wheel. We had Erica's homegirl Jaleesa from She Attack. Mm-hmm. And my man Eddie from Hard Knock Gamers. You know, they joined us for some Horizon chat. That was good shit. And tonight it's gonna be about the Switch. So let's not waste any time, man. Let's get into it. The motherfucking Switch. And Kofi, since you're like the biggest Switch fan on earth, why don't you lead this off, man? What do you think about the Switch so far after 1 week of having it, bro?
Yeah, I don't even know where I got that title from a couple of parody songs, and I'm the number one Switch fan, but
you're the leader.
You Switch gang, man.
But I will say that, since I got it, I haven't put it down. I've been playing Zelda Breath of the Wild. The reason why I got the Switch day one, because of Zelda, and I've been having a great time with it.
That's what's up. Erica, quick thoughts.
Same thing. I mean, I got it for Zelda. I've been waiting for this game, and I didn't own a Wii U. So for me, this made sense to buy it. And so far, for what it does, I like it a lot. Of course, I'm sure we'll talk about the missing features and things like that. But
you know how we do around here.
Yeah, but as far as the pros, it just feeling nice, looking nice, and doing what I bought it for, then yeah, I like it.
It's pretty funny. Like when I hold this thing, it feels like really big, but then when you put it in the dock, it looks really small. It's crazy.
That thing is big.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to do a size comparison later to my favorite handheld. And Kofi already knows. Andre, man, quick thoughts. What do you think of the Switch so far, man?
I'm loving it so far. Actually, I haven't got my Zelda for the Switch yet. I've got mine on Wii U. So, but I'm loving Fast Remix and Bomberman, of course. You know me. And I got my Japanese account on it, so I'm playing Puyo Puyo and Tetris. So, get ready to import Dragon Quest 1 and 2. So, I'm ready.
Oh shit, man!
Switch on, baby.
Yeah. So I know you're hyped, man, because I know you were. I mean, you're a big Nintendo guy yourself, so you must be pretty happy about this thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about the fact that you can put your other. I mean, I have a Hong Kong account, I have a European account, Japanese account. It was kind of hard to get everything to mesh up, but once I got it all in there, it was all good. I mean, it's great. I'm loving it.
Yeah, at this point though, what do you need all those accounts for? There's not a lot of games for this thing.
Well, a lot of them have demos that they don't have yet over here and stuff like that. So I'm an importer, so I'm always buying Japanese games and stuff like that. So, or if I find some kind of variant game somewhere, I'm always trying to find it. So I love the fact that I can have the multiple accounts on it. Actually, I can just tie, and I don't have to worry about getting a card from another region. I can use my debit card and buy any game I want. So
okay, that's good. So I guess they do some exchanges or for monetary shit.
Yeah,
I mean, it is credit, so
it automatically goes in. So it automatically translates right out. I mean, I can.
Oh, do you have to buy Nintendo points or something like that, or is it just
no? You can use your card. You can use your debit card. They don't have. I mean, you can buy the other cards from other countries if you want, but it's just easier if you use your credit card or debit card. You just tie it to it, and it's easier.
I'm sure it was also easier for Nintendo to do it in that way as well, instead of locking things down, because that also involves having to do additional work on like each side rather than just like, okay, just let everybody in.
Yeah, it's the whole like the thing about that when the announcement was the region locking thing was the biggest thing for me. I was jumping up and down. I was like, hell yeah! So I'm loving it.
That's great, man. Yeah, I mean, you guys know me, man. Like, I like Zelda because it's the only fucking game to play on this thing right now. But man, I'm jumping right in, man. I'm not feeling these Joy-Cons. Carlos, man, what do you think about the Joy-Con so far? Because you've had this shit about. Actually, you had it longer than me because my dumbass didn't get it until Monday because of fucking Amazon. You
know? To be perfectly fair, those Joy-Cons are pretty ass, man. Like, especially the right one. The left one I don't mind as much, but the right one, whenever I'm playing a game on portable mode when the Joy-Cons are docked, I don't like the positioning of the right thumbstick in proportion to the buttons on top. I just feel like there's too much space between them, and it's not as ergonomic as, for example, a controller. But once I get into the Pro Controller is perfectly fine. I can play anything with that. The only thing that I think I can play like without really minding too much on portable mode is like 2D games, because the right thumbstick I wouldn't have to use as much. But other than that, not a huge fan of the Joy-Cons.
You're not a Joy-Con boy?
I'm not a Joy-Con boy.
By the way, I gotta say this, man. I tweeted this out earlier. How is it possible that the Pro Controller, I've been using this shit nonstop since Monday, right? Battery is still good.
Yeah.
Try to do that with a PlayStation controller, even a brand new one. See what'll happen.
Yeah.
That shit'll be dead by the end of the day, you know?
Well, I don't think, I mean, you know, there's a lot of things that are not in that thing. I mean, it doesn't have a motion control thing inside of it, right?
It does. It has, you know, motion control
not
stuff.
What you mean, the Pro Controller?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's ergonomical. It's ergonomical,
yeah. Like if you want to shoot arrows, like, you know, you move it around and stuff.
Okay.
It has the.
I guess it has that, but I mean, I'm guessing the biggest thing is probably the light inside of it.
Here's the thing: this thing lasts longer than even a PS3 controller. PS3 controllers didn't last that long either. This shit is already way outstripping it. So I'm like, okay, what is this thing doing that the other isn't? Is the extra $10 for a bigger battery or something? Like, I don't know.
I feel like the way they designed it to be a little bit more. You know, Nintendo usually makes their things at least, like some of their consoles a little bit more battery. Like I remember the Wavebird didn't go through batteries that quickly either. So whatever they're using, whatever they're using inside of it, it's not pulling a lot of power. But also at the same time, there was also the issues where you go a certain length of distance away from it. So maybe it could be just
that's the Joy-Cons that you're talking about. The Pro Controller is okay.
I mean, it could be that they have maybe a little bit of a weaker antenna inside of it or something.
Yeah, so I don't know.
The Pro Controller does have motion controls, and I'll tell you this because when I'm playing Zelda and I put the map to put a beacon, or is it called beacons in Zelda?
I don't know what the fuck they're called. You know, like the waypoints.
The waypoints, yeah.
Waypoint points, yeah.
Like I try to put a waypoint that I move my controller and then it messes up me putting the waypoint. So yeah, for sure it has that. But yeah, the only issue with the Pro Controller is the triggers. Like they're not analog triggers, so when I'm like, if someone wants to play a first-person shooter or something, I don't know how that's gonna work.
I don't know. They seem fine to me. Like they have a little thing there and stuff. You can see it right there. They're fine to me.
But I don't think these are analog. Like you can't like when you want to squeeze the trigger of a gun, you can't just lightly press it and shoot a little bit.
Oh, you mean pressure sensitive?
Right? Yeah, analog. Like these are.
No. You just click on this shit and
these are digital. It's just 1-0. Like there's only one thing you can tell this thing to do.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because I'm like, analog. You mean the analogs? What the fuck are you talking about? But
no, analog means like you can vary the whatever the.
I'm an old man, Carlos. When I'm thinking about analog, I'm thinking about I'm thinking about fucking pressure sensitive. Andre already knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Talking about analog sticks, man.
No, I knew what he was talking about because some of the buttons on like the Xbox controller and the PS4 controller, they're analog, so they do the you can press harder and all that stuff. And my only issue, I don't have a Pro controller yet. The only reason I'm wanting one now is for Bomberman.
Joy-Con boys.
Oh my gosh! You know what?
Shout out to Erica, by the way. That video was hilarious.
I don't really have an issue with the dock and everything with the Joy-Cons. It's it's not really that big of a deal to me. I want a D-pad, and the buttons are not really doing it for me. But that's the only issue. I mean, I'm really thinking about buying like a Pro controller, and I really don't want to pay that money. God damn.
I'm in the same boat.
I do not want to pay that money. And I'm trying to find me a Zelda limited edition too. No, I'll wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard.
I already got one coming.
Oh, okay.
Where'd you get that?
I have a buddy who's selling his.
Don't say Amazon because that shit is like $5,000 there.
Oh no, I go off the beaten path for stuff like that.
So. My man.
I got mine's coming for $80. So
yeah, brutal. Yo, Kofi, you got the Pro controller, right?
Well, no, he said he just bought the fancy version of that game for $80. That's actually really good.
Really?
Yeah, it comes with the statue and all that shit. That thing is like
not the Master Edition. I gave up on that one. I gave up on that one. This is the limited edition, the one with the.
That's the one that comes with the pouch. I
had to get one of them, so I was like,
you got to get that Pro controller. Was essential. Kofi, you got the Pro controller, right?
Yo, my internet is kind of moving kind of funny, so I don't know if you guys can hear me.
Oh, now we can. Yeah, it is kind of wonky. What's up with that, man? Not good. I don't know if you can hear us say something. Damn, he is cutting out shit.
Now, the last time he talked, he sounded good. Like I think he was just scratching his beard or something. That sounded weird.
Yeah, but no, the Pro controller is a must, man. But I do need to get into some negative shit. By the way, hello, Brian. You joined us a little bit late there. I thought you were gonna dip out of this episode because you're like, fuck the Switch. But don't worry, we're gonna talk about the 1080 GTX 1080 Ti later on, so you're gonna be good. I gotta say this, man. Being completely honest. Okay, I like the art style of Legend of Zelda, but those graphics, like, they leave a lot to be desired, especially after coming off a Horizon, Like, I was in the village where it's, like, raining all the time. It's just, like, really washed out and shit. I'm like, come on, man, what is this? Like, I understand it's a 720p game, but even 720p games on PS3 look fine. I don't know what's going up with this one. It feels like I'm playing, like, a remaster game, a remaster PS3 game in a weird way,
Well, I mean, obviously the game is a holdover from the Wii U. I mean, so you're gonna get quite a bit of things, but at least from what I can see, it looks about as good as Gravity Rush does.
No, Gravity Rush looks better. Gravity Rush doesn't have all that haze in the way. You know what I mean? It's not as sharp as it could be.
I don't know. I feel like that might be a stylistic choice rather than an actual tech choice.
Really?
I don't know, being a little bit blurry and dreamy looking. I don't know. I think that's probably maybe their anti-aliasing solution or something like that. But
yeah, because there's no anti-aliasing apparently in the game. Maybe because remember that video you sent us, Dragon Quest, I believe it was.
Yeah,
actually, it was perfectly clear. The Vita version looked blurry, not the Switch version.
I mean, I definitely think it was more of a stylistic choice, being that it was also we're also inheriting something from the last generation. So they're like, okay, this is the best we could do with this. So I'm guessing if another one comes out in the future, that maybe it'll also look quite a bit better, and also at the same time, maybe they might go with their different style. It's kind of like
you think that's because it's a holdover game.
I think so. I think a lot of the issues that it's having, like a lot of the slowdown issues and stuff like that, it has to do with that it was a little bit of a holdover, and it's still not. It's essentially just a port of a Wii U game.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. What it is.
I think
it's the GameCube all over again.
Yeah, I think it was if it was specifically made for the hardware, it would run a lot better.
I don't agree.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense on that.
Yeah,
Chris. Go ahead.
Because it should be optimized for a Power PC, right? If they developed it on the Wii U and ported it to the Switch, it should run natively well on one of them, depending where they started. If they started on Wii U, then it should run smoothly on there, but it doesn't. and it doesn't run smoothly on the Switch either. And I think it's how they handled the pixel rendering and stuff is kind of ass backwards. So it wastes too many CPU cycles doing things that it software wise that have to go from GPU to CPU, like the upscaling, right? The upscaling should be handled on the GPU end, but it's not. They have this weird software trick, and then so you have to use extra cycles to do that, and it's like it's just wasting time, you know. So it's just these weird things they're doing that aren't very efficient. But I don't understand why the Wii U one has the same issues, because if they started on there, it should be optimized for that hardware, but it's not. It has the same frame rate issues.
Yeah, really weird, you know.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, Erica, how's your experience been with as far as like frames and all that shit go?
Frames, I've only really noticed like when there's really high grass or something and I'm running through, it'll drop a little bit, but it's been kind of far and few between. I haven't really experienced that much, but I'm not super like noticing of that. I'm not real nitpicky, so maybe I'm just not seeing it. But as far as the graphics go, I think they're nice, you know. And sometimes I think because it's so open world and all of the physics and everything you can do in this game, like I wonder if the graphics were Horizon-ish, like would that stuff be possible? I don't know. I mean, I think it looks nice, but like you said, when it rains and stuff like that, it does look a little washed out. I could agree with you on that.
Yeah, sure. Something I'm thinking about right now as we're talking, because the part that I noticed the most frame rate drops is the very beginning. That area, that little sanctuary area, that also has the most grass I've seen in the game. So I wonder if that's the reason why. You know,
I mean, definitely to duplicate, to do those blades of grass and the little physics the little bit of physics they have on it probably takes a lot of memory, but they probably didn't optimize it to be like, you know, because a lot of those grass blades that you run around and don't actually leave any sort of shadow. So I mean, they could have lessened the amount of it to go off in the distance.
Yeah, I think. But do you think because you could actually cut it, does that affect anything?
No, I mean cutting it is just there and not there. You know, loading it in, loading it out. I mean, you know, for especially for like multiple objects like that, like grass and stuff, you can load that into the multiple versions of that into the memory, and pretty much, you can do a lot of it. But maybe they should have just kind of pulled it back maybe a little bit to kind of concentrate a little bit more on performance. But again, at the same time, we're also talking about Nintendo, and as Chris has said, Nintendo has their own weird ways of doing things. Like even from what he was he's said on the show, even the way they've designed their websites are kind of weird too. They're kind of inefficient.
Yeah. Hey Kofi, man, what's up? See if you can hear us now, because I know you're having some internet problems. So just say something when you're ready. But maybe they just didn't optimize it the way they should have optimized it. Who knows? It's weird because again, I was in that desert area for a long time. No frame drops at all because
there's no grass there.
There's nothing. And then I get back to the main area, and I'm like, what the fuck? What's up with all this like slowdown all of a sudden?
I think it's that grass.
Yeah.
Yo, man, the grass is slowing shit down.
Yeah, what's up with that, man? But yeah, I guess since we're talking about the Switch and Zelda, there's a couple things about Zelda that I have to weirdly get used to. I want to get your guys' thoughts on this. Like, the game doesn't tell you where to go, really. It's just like, bam, here you go. Like, there's a couple waypoints or whatever, but that's about it. It's a little bit weird. The game really encourages you to just go out there and do your thing. It kind of reminds me of the first Zelda, the very first one.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's exactly what a lot of what they've been even the developers were saying. They were trying to capture that original Zelda feel, where it's like you walk into some place, you don't know what to do, but you can find things to do.
Yeah. Because like this game has way more empty shit like spaces than any other like modern open world game. But at the same time, when you actually do find something, it's like, oh shit, I found something. You know?
It's like worth it. It's worth all the walking.
Yeah, because there's a lot of walking. There's a lot of walking. So yeah, what'd you guys think of that aspect? All that emptiness.
It just gave me more stuff to look at. I just started walking around, just trying to figure out stuff, trying to do stuff.
I feel like the thing about open world games is for a lot of companies it's an excuse to take things that were normally close to each other and spread them far apart with a big environment. So essentially, you don't need to develop a lot of specific areas. You can develop, a couple of specific areas and then spread them out by miles and miles of grassland.
Yeah, I might talk about that in a bit. Let's see if Kofi's doing okay now. Kofi, what's up, man?
You okay, Kofi?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, now we can. Your internet's acting up, son. What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on today.
Yeah.
Usually I don't have this problem, but it's tripping out today. So what's up?
Now, okay, so quickly before it fucks up again, what do you think about Legend of Zelda? Like, as far as like the open worldness goes, like, do you feel this is as good as any like modern open world game, or is it something else completely different?
I think the open world is actually pretty dope. It's huge. I overheard you saying there's a lot of planes and stuff like that, but the thing is, I always find myself running into something. You know what I'm saying? And even if when you're traveling, like during the night, like enemies randomly spawn in the night as well. But like the big openness of the world hasn't been an issue for me. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't really been an issue for me.
For me, it was because I was just I didn't get a horse until like maybe like yesterday and shit. I just been hoofing it the whole time. Like, damn, man, it takes a long time.
Because I've been going hard doing like I have so much shrines done. Like once you get the shrines thing, you just fast travel most of the time. I find myself to to where your objective is, at least closer. So I haven't really been walking around much. Early on, I was walking around much more though.
Yeah, man, you got a goof troop, son. You got to go everywhere on foot, I do like how you could climb everything. It's like I don't have to go. I don't have to go around about just climb this shit, which is pretty dope.
Yeah.
By the way,
and then you'll accidentally fall off and die.
You run out of stamina, and then you just fall.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, just for the record, I was gonna turn on my Switch, but then I realized Nintendo might flag the video, so I'm not doing that. Motherfuckers.
Even the sound effects.
Yeah, like, I was about to do it. I'm like, Tony, don't look what happened to these other guys. Angry Joe's pissed off. Angry Joe.
Angry Joe's angry.
Obviously. It wouldn't be a surprise if he was happy.
What's their reason for it? What are they saying?
Because they own it. It's their shit.
They own everything. So then, I mean, that's just the way it is. People want to stream shit, and people want to.
We're gonna get flagged just for this. Like, You
know what? There's a. I have to say this to people, and I know they're really excited. Some people are really excited about showing off the Switch and all the games. You know what? If Nintendo's doing this bullshit, then don't fucking cover it.
Right.
Leave that shit alone, because if they're gonna flag your shit, which they flagged our shit.
Yes, they did
at one point. So, which means that they're taking revenue away from us. That means that they're why should you cover somebody who's not even appreciative that you're actually covering it?
Yeah, no, you're right about that. 100%.
So let's stop talking about it.
Let's just talk about Nier Automata.
No, but the other thing I want to talk about is the difficulty. And Erica, I want to get your thoughts on this, because I wasn't expecting like a Zelda game. It's relatively easy. This shit is kicking my fucking ass.
Dude, did you
expected like an Ocarina of Time?
Yeah, that's what I was expecting. I was like, it's gonna be Ocarina, it's gonna be easy, it's gonna be chime. I'm gonna have a fun time. Whoo, man, this is
awakening.
Did you didn't sign up for Zelda Souls?
Nope. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. What do you think about it, Erica? As a Dark Souls aficionado, as I'm calling you now, what do you think about the difficulty of this game? Is it fair?
I don't think you could call me that. I still haven't beat the first one.
What?
I beat the other ones, but I.
Chris is good.
Exposing myself. I got stuck on it. I'm going. Anyways. It said, as far as the difficulty, I'm dying left and right, and I think this is the most I've died in a Zelda game, as far as I know. But I think it adds to me loving it more. I mean, just because I like those kinds of games. So
I'm curious, how many people in here played the original one, the NES?
Legend I did.
That shit was hard.
That shit was brutal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think this one's going back.
I didn't just stop playing this shit. I was like, you know what? I'm done.
It got too hard.
It's gotten too hard and not fun. And remember the map? It came with that huge map. I'm trying to
you realize the Japanese version never came with a map?
Yep.
That was the Japanese.
Shitty Americans get it because we're
Yeah.
too stupid.
Yo, you needed a map, Nintendo Power Prayer. You get through that game, man.
Yeah, but Andre, man, what do you think about the difficulty, bro?
Like I said, man, I'm not having an issue with it at all. Yeah, it's unforgiving, but I'm like, I've played harder games, so I mean, it's like I play Japanese games all the time, so it's not even a big deal to me. But
I play Ghouls and Ghosts, bitches, man. This ain't nothing.
Dude, I went through Ghouls and Ghosts. I went through Ghouls and Ghosts twice and beat the game for real. So give me a break. Give me something hard. Give me for real. Damn. No, like I said, I'm loving it. I'm just loving it from beginning to end. It's like I'm not having an issue with it. Yeah, I see the frame rate drops, but I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm enjoying the game.
I definitely think for games, that are actually, entertaining, I think some frame rate issues and stuff like that oftentimes get overlooked. Like, in other words, it's like, oh well, I'm having a good time, despite this game kind of fucking
the
up.
whole thing besides regarding that's the games.
Yeah, that's like Bethesda games or any other Grand Theft Auto games. I mean, how many crashes or how many times you fall through the fucking ground or all those other bullshit things that happen.
Yeah,
it's the fun factor of the game trumps it.
Yeah. By the way, I need to quickly just stop this for a second. Adam, do you know a guy called Jay Urkin or Urkin?
Yes.
Okay, because he goes, "Hey Vale, I sat through a Discover card commercial for this."
Oh my
man,
God.
you shit on Throwdown, man. Hey, listen, I don't know who you are, but fuck you. Oh man, but yeah, I was like, yo, this is crazy, man. This game is like brutal. But Carlos, what do you think about how hard this game was? Did it take you by surprise?
Well, from what I've gone through, I haven't gone through much. I played like maybe 5-6 hours. I've been playing too much Horizon, but like I went through one of the shrines that gives you the bomb, and I'm just fucking throwing bombs at everyone, and they're just dying all fast. So
yeah, the bombs help.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Kofi said he's apologizing to all the listeners and viewers. He can't make it. Fucking internet's being stupid.
That sucks.
We'll have him on next time, though. Kofi's he's the man. But yeah, so see, I like bombs, man. I try to throw bombs, and these motherfuckers. This is good AI. They kick those shits right back to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you have to set them off though. Like I throw them and I set them off is when I throw them.
Yeah.
You don't wait for them to blow up.
Yep.
Maybe I should start doing that. But yeah, it's definitely made me rethink because again, the first couple hours I'm just running into like enemies. Let's fucking go murder. I'm like, what? Okay, try to get murdered. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, I mean, they're putting more of a stress on the actual your equipment, the weapons that you use, and stuff like that.
And shit.
A lot of management of that.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys creative ways, creative ways to beat the enemies. I like that.
Yeah, but you guys know me. I don't like survival shit in games. So getting used to the survival stuff in this game, because your weapons break, you got to make meals, all this other shit.
Well, I think that's actually an improvement because before you used to be able to just run around and chop the grass and hearts would pop out. And you're like, good.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good dynamic to add in. Like he has to eat to survive. You can't just heal yourself by chopping some grass down.
Yeah, no. I mean, here's the thing. Like, again, it was because I wasn't expecting it. But, and this is something we've said on Throwdown many times. And other people have said it too. People have been tired of Nintendo hand holding. This game don't hold your fucking hand.
Now the thing is, like, obviously it's for the hardcore fans. But you see
it's safe for kids.
You see what the interesting kind of. Well, I mean, the original one was meant for kids too. Kids.
I'm talking about modern kids, man. These modern kids ain't shit.
Oh yeah, So yeah, like the thing is, it's like it's an interesting first title to release, a game that's kind of not really open for newer players or even younger players.
Yeah, very interesting. This is not like a wide appeal. Again, like we said, this is not a system seller type of game. This is for a very particular set of gamer. But it's good too because again, we've been asking Nintendo to stop, coddling us for years. Now they finally did it, so that's good. That's a good thing. Like again, I just have to get used to it because because again, I just expected a regular Zelda game. Go in there, kill shit. Like Chris said, slash the grass for hearts and shit. Nope, none of that here, buddy. You want to you want to live. You want to survive. You better fucking make cook food and all that shit.
Yeah, and that's not even taking into account like the weather effects too, and how that like changes the gameplay. If it's raining, you can't. Yeah, you can't climb. It's too slippery, and your stamina's running out. There's a lot of management.
If it's snowy, he can't move because he starts shivering.
And then, but then you learn like, okay, if I eat these peppers, I get hot. I stay warm. If I make a pepper soup, I could stay warm for like 7 minutes. Like it'll give you like a little timer and things like that. Spoiler maybe, but there's like little tricks you can do, and once you figure that out, it's like, man, this is really cool. And you can just.
It's too bad they don't have an adult link. They probably could have given him some whiskey.
Oh, he's.
I didn't know the game was that sophisticated. Like I was going through. I was going through that ice place, like where it's like all cold and shit, and you're like just
get them peppers. It'll work. Or you could have your torch too.
And peppers.
I was like losing hearts and just eating food at the same time, just so I won't die.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you how sophisticated this game is, and it tripped me up, right? Because I got to the desert place, and obviously it's a desert, it's fucking hot, right? So I'm like, okay, no worries. I'm gonna go out at night. I'm like, and then I was like, the back of my mind said, Tony, deserts get really fucking cold at night. I'm like, they're not gonna put that in the game. They put that in the game.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I went on the desert after midnight. Link's shivering. I'm like, what? Like, okay, I guess this game went there. Then I had to dress up like a woman so I could be okay in the desert, but that's a whole other story.
I'm coming up to that part.
Yeah, that shit is funny, man. By the way, because that's the only thing. I'm not the only thing, but there's one of the things I like about the game. People could kind of make up their own little stories and shit because you don't really know what's happening. Like I saw this one big dude sleeping on the ground, right? He was a giant sleeping. He kind of looked like a wasn't Gorons they're called, right? The big guys.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this guy's a little bit bigger than a normal Goron. He's like dark, but you know me, I don't discriminate. I'm like, my man's just chilling. I'm gonna go say hi to him, the Black Goron, He was a motherfucking giant, man. My man chased me. Lucky I got to the river in time, but damn, I thought he was a friend. He was like, oh, this dude's chilling. I'm gonna go talk to him, Nope. My man he opened up his one eye. I'm like, oh shit, that's not a Goron. That shit is cool, and then climbing up a mountain, all of a sudden it gets cold. I'm like, oh yeah, mountains are cold. That's what happens.
Right.
Yeah. Unlike what's her face from Horizon, where she has like all purpose wear. She's all up in the mountains and shit. She's like, I'm cool.
Yeah. she might go like that a little bit, but it's not gonna drain her energy or nothing.
No, she's got Nathan Drake weather abilities where it's like it doesn't matter what kind of weather it is, he's still running around in the t-shirt.
That kills me. That kills me.
That shit is crazy.
Granted, they started putting him in a jacket in some of the games, but it's always like a light jacket he could easily jump around in, not like a parka.
Yeah, exactly. And then I guess we could kind of wrap up this segment with just let's for fun, let's give the Switch a grade at this point in time.
Letter grade or number grade?
So number from up to best out of 10. What do we give this thing? Carlos, what number do you give it and why?
So overall, I would give the Switch like a 6.5, I guess, out of 10. Zelda's really good. It's a given that Zelda was going to be great. The hardware the software, it just wasn't ready to launch. I like the concept of it. I like it as my quote unquote successor to the Vita because I want to play all my indie games on a portable game system.
Did you just say the PlayStation Vita?
You had that ready.
I was ready, man. Oh, don't see that. You get flagged.
Shit. So yeah, there's a lot of things that it's just not ready with the system. I went to the eShop and I'm like, I put my password in and then I checked the games. It's like, it's only freaking 9 games. Like that was like just weird. Like why couldn't they just get more ports? Like
It's not even the ports. It's like they have a huge back catalog even with all the virtual consoles. At least have that shit ready.
Nope, none of that.
I mean, that's in-house. You
No
don't need
soup for
any
you.
permission for that. In-house, put Punch Out or something.
No, they need to rip off those rip off ROMs that people put online in order to.
yeah, let's get that shit in there.
No, you're right about that. Like, why is the eShop so anemic? Like, you have like all these games, put them on their day one. That would have solved the whole problem of no new games. You know, like, okay, I can't play any new shit. I'll play some Mario right now. You know,
it's indicative that they were underprepared for what they had.
Oh yeah,
It's almost as if
You know,
they were
even
trying to-
even Sony and Microsoft had a decent PlayStation 4 and Xbox One store that you can get a bunch of games with.
It's almost as if they were purposely forcing people to get the new Zelda game. It's like, come on, you got nothing else to play but this.
I mean, no, I mean, there's other games, but who, you know, Andre, now I'm not just in Bomberman, obviously.
You're good.
Like,
You're good.
Come on,
I'm a
son.
Bomberman fan anyway. So
Ooh, the other thing I would have.
hey, want to get online, get your ass whooped? Come on.
Man. Yo, I don't know, man. I've never been a Bomberman fan like that. Like,
Dude, we used to play at E3 with the EGM guys and Game Pro. Dude, I used to go there and whip the. Oh man, we used to. Oh, that was some. God, that's some fun. It's one of those games where it's just simple to play, but it's a good party game. It's a good game to play with people, play with friends. It's just really fun. It's really strategic too. You think it's just running around throwing bombs? No, it's
that's what I thought. I'm like, what the fuck? You're just throwing bombs around. What the fuck is
no,
this
it's a
shit?
strategy. Play the game with all 8 characters on the single player. Play the battle mode. Turn all the other players to computer players. Do that. You'll get it. Get it.
I wonder if
you're gonna be like, holy shit.
I wonder if that Bomberman game is using the Fox engine.
Yeah. But okay, so Andre, what do you give the system and why?
For what it does and for what it is, I'm giving it like a 7.5. I see where it's going. I see what you can do with it. Like right now, you know, little stuff like the Neo Geo stuff just came out, which I'm kind of excited about the Neo Geo stuff. So, I just, like I said, I'm liking the Japanese shop where you can actually you can go buy games from other regions that may not even come out here at all. The portability. Yeah, what's up?
When you go to the Japanese eShop, you can actually scroll down the list of games. You can't do that on the American one.
There's actually more games. There's more games.
Yeah, you go on this one, you press down once and you're good. You know.
Right.
Well, also, I think that's also because they were looking to attract the Japanese market. That's why they were turning.
Well, the Japanese market, they don't buy consoles anymore. So
yeah, they're more.
Is that why they made these things so damn small for those little Japanese hands? You know.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't used those yet. I'm not really ready to. My hands are too big for those. But anyway, I mean, for what it does.
Big black hands, Andre.
Oh, here we go. That's why I had to buy XL for the 3DS XL. I had to buy the damn control, the analog stick, the extra the controller thing for the first one.
Yeah.
Like I said, for what it does, I see what it's doing. I mean, we're actually planning a couple of events with Nintendo. I can't say anything about them right now, but I'm looking at the potential of what it can do. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be something. A lot of people are gonna like. A lot of people are gonna gravitate toward it sooner. I mean, it's. I don't know what's gonna happen with the Virtual Console. I haven't heard anything yet. So I mean, I know they're gonna announce some stuff soon, but but like, for what it does, I like what it is now. I like what it does. I was kind of skeptical. I just wanted to get it just to have it. You know me. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. Right. I'm just ready to play. I'm going to play some Waku Waku 7. So
there you go. By the way, remember this Nintendo Switch reveal commercial? Had that one dude in the airplane. He had that bad posture. He was like,
yeah,
like that is shit. That shit is crazy, man. By the way, Carlos, I see what you're saying about the right analog stick now, like the placement and shit. Like,
yeah.
Like, yo, I don't know, man.
Weird.
Erica, so what do you give this system and why?
I'd probably give it like a 7. Like you guys were saying, there's a lot of potential. I could see where it could go. It's just up to Nintendo if they're gonna take it that way, as far as like the Virtual Console being really good, the features online being solid. If that could all happen, I mean, the score would go up. But for what it does, and especially in handheld mode, I really like it. So I'd give it like a 7, I think.
All right. As far, I'm going to give it the lowest score. Apparently, shit. I'm giving it, and I'm being nice right now. I'm giving it a 6. I'm not putting potential into factor. I'm talking about what we have right now. What do we have right now? We have a system that's obviously very, very underpowered compared to the regular PS4, regular Xbox. Joy-Cons are kind of shitty. Me personally, I can't play it in portable mode for more than 20 minutes before my hand's getting all cramped up.
Yeah, they get really
cramped. I know a few people that have it. One guy that I sent you guys a picture that I was like right next to him watching, and we talked about it, and he was open. He was like, the best way to play it is just in portable mode. It just doesn't look right, especially if you have a big TV. The quality, it's like, especially if you have a console like a PS4, Xbox One, you do the comparison, and a lot of people are like, oh, don't compare. You have to fucking.
You have to.
It's new hardware. Stop making excuses for them.
Yo,
You know what I mean?
Chris,
It's like,
I know we've been saying that shit.
come on now,
Don't make
cut the
excuses.
bullshit.
Well, yeah, because
Don't make fuck. Listen, I know this looks like a
plain and
this looks
simple.
like a
If Sony,
handheld.
if
This
Sony
is a
was to-
console, man.
Sony or Microsoft were to come out with a handheld that looked like this shit, they get attacked.
They would easily.
Yo, this crap is crap. I want my money back.
But here's the thing, though. Your boy said playing it in handheld mode is the best way.
Yeah.
Visually, yes, it looks great on handheld mode. Problem is playing it in handheld mode. These Joy-Cons don't feel good even when they're on the machine. They feel better on the machine, but nah, son.
Also, let's speak about accessibility. I mean, dude, Tony, you have one hand that's a little bit different than the other your other hand.
This one right here,
Yeah.
So
I mean, like,
for me, I can't fucking play it, to be honest, that's why this, and that's the other downside. You need to buy this shit. Like, you really do. You have to fork down those $70. I couldn't play the fucking Switch without this shit,
You gotta find me one, Tony. I can't find one.
Yeah. You can't find. Oh shit!
I haven't been hardcore looking, but yeah, it's every time I look, they're out.
I'll look around. We're family, Erica, so I'll hook you up. But yeah, I don't know, man. But again, there's no fucking games for it. That's the other thing. It's like Zelda. It's like everyone's playing it on my friends, because that's really the only thing you can't play. I think I saw one dude playing. It was Andre actually playing Fast RMX.
Oh, okay.
By the way, I'm gonna say it, and this is just me being a bitter old school Nintendo fanboy. Why the fuck did we get Fast RMX but not fucking F-Zero? Come on,
right?
Man.
Or no Punch Out.
No
arms.
Arms should have been Punch Out. What the fuck is that shit? And then what are we getting next month? Mario Kart 8. I don't care about that. Port.
It's just port.
Which I do think is, I mean, to be honest, they should have probably let it sit for a little bit until they could get that one out. At least have the racing game.
We know why the Switch came out now, man. They had to beat those financials, bro.
Yeah. Isn't it? It's really close to the end, right?
This is the last month of the fiscal year is about to be over.
They have to give their shareholders meeting on April 1st, and I can't wait. I don't know a word of Japanese. I'm just gonna watch.
Go to DualShockers. Giuseppe's gonna be looking at that shit, So yeah, 6 out of 10 right now. Maybe a year from now, who knows if they're still around, right, Chris? If Nintendo's still around next year.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man.
I feel like if they can't get it to work, they'll probably do the drastic thing like they did with the 3DS and just drop the price like right away.
They never do that though. That's the thing. Look at the Wii U. The Wii U bombed instantly, and they still didn't drop that damn price.
No, they didn't.
It's still 300, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I laugh when there's people I know, and they're like, "I'll just wait till it goes on sale." When did they ever put that shit on sale?
They never put it on sale. They put the 3DS on sale. They never put the fuck because they knew that was going to be the big seller. The Wii U. And by the way, Nintendo's in this weird place right now where their previous system is effectively dead, and their new system doesn't have much to offer. Very weird spot they're in right now.
I feel like, I mean, again, like for a lot of people who really, really want the thing, I feel like you should wait. Those games are going to still be there. You could still. It's not like fucking. It's not like fucking. It's not like fucking Zelda's just going to disappear off the face of the earth.
No,
in a year or 2 years.
Listen, you know us, like we who bought it on the show, we're hardcore, right? But for most people, wait till fall. That's when it'll be good. You got Mario, you have a bunch of other games, you'll be good. Right now, not really worth it. And I'm playing this shit. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Once I play Zelda, I'm not gonna touch this shit until Mario, probably. So there you go.
An interesting thing. I was talking to my nephew. He's like 10 years old, right? And I told him, if it's your birthday, because he has an Xbox, and I asked him if it's your birthday, what would you want? And he said,
PS4.
I want a PS4. And
Yeah,
I said,
Well,
and I asked, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I think I have a theory, but go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Alexa actually went on right now. I don't know why the hell, like the Amazon Echo thing. Anyways, yeah, I asked him
a bunch of pre-orders for.
It went to tell you that the Pro controller is now between $85 and $93.
Oh my
What
God.
the
Oh my
fuck?
gosh. You see?
Shit.
so.
Right. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I asked my nephew. I was like, "So why you prefer the PlayStation over the Switch? The Switch just came out." He's like, yeah, well, the Switch is kind of kiddie." And I'm like, I told him, "You're a freaking kid."
No, but see, I did say this before. Kids want to play what like teenagers and adults are playing. They older people gravitate more towards PS4 and Xbox because they have more mature games. And Nintendo made that mistake last generation. They started recording kids' games. They're like, well, we don't want adult games. The only big boy game they had probably was Bayonetta. You know,
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris. And let's turn this back to like one thing that I talked about a couple of throwdowns ago. What kids do these days? All they do is go on YouTube and watch Let's Plays. What are these guys playing? These guys are playing freaking FPS games. They're playing Call of Duties. They're playing all these games that are on these consoles that are multiplayer.
Yeah.
So they want to play that.
And also Nintendo's back to not having Minecraft on their system, where it's like everywhere else. They were late to the party with Wii U, and somehow they didn't have one ready for the Switch. And I don't know when that's happening. I didn't see a Mojang or Microsoft logo on that nice little sheet they put out for everyone. We got 80 plus games in development. I'm like, oh really? So where are they? Who's making them?
And one of the things is like it's stupid shit. It's like the Havoc physics engine. It's like they don't fucking make games.
Yes, Autodesk doesn't make games either. You know,
stupid. Oh man! All right, let's move on from the Switch. By the way, I almost forgot about this amid all the Switch and all the other shit. NPDs came out today, people.
I didn't even see them.
Yeah, but these NPDs don't mean shit. February NPDs, you know who won already.
Yeah.
PS4.
Hold on. Who won what?
And it hit torrents, right? We got people better. Fucking good NPDs. Yeah.
And but Tony, I was gonna say like that's funny too. Like, but I was gonna say who won most engagement though.
So who cares? So who cares about the consoles? What about them games? What's going on with the games there?
That's next week.
Fuck that, man.
Yeah, this is hardware.
It's like the retarded people can't count. It's like we can only count one at a time.
But the reason I want to talk about
that shit at the same time.
Yeah. By the way, the reason I want to talk about it is because March NPDs. I want to do predictions. I think it's easy. Maybe Chris will disagree with me. Who knows? I think the Switch is going to outsell the PS4 next month or this month. That's what I think. It
had a huge boost, but here the thing is, like, this month also you have a lot of games coming up around Zelda, right? You had Horizon come up before it, and you have Mass Effect coming out after it.
Yeah.
So you're going to still have console purchases. Remember, like, somebody's turning 16 somewhere and they want Mass Effect or whatever. They're not playing kid games, apparently. They want big boy games. So I don't know. It might get close, but I don't think they will beat PS4 next month either.
It's going to be interesting. It'll be close. I don't know.
Think so?
Yeah. I mean, I would think the Switch should win it, but he does make a good point. I mean, PS4 has a lot of games right now.
Yeah, Nier Automata. I just finally got mine today, by the way.
I got mine as well.
I'm waiting on it because there's just so many games. I still have to finish
crazy.
Horizon.
So many games, man.
Right, yeah, and then the game's upcoming. So if and Sony should be playing this card right. Like, they should be promoting Spider-Man right now because we know it's probably going to launch with the movie, and the movie's a summer movie.
So? I didn't even think this shit was coming out this year. To be honest,
I think that would be stupid if they didn't. I think they should capitalize on that.
They haven't said shit.
They haven't said anything, and I don't know why they're not capitalizing on this moment, because that's a tactic that I learned from Reggie, is that you push down your competition by expanding your message all over the place. Yes, Reggie Fils-Aimé people taught me that. I sat in a room with him with a bunch of other people as he went over carefully how we were going to destroy the PSP back in the day. So,
Oh man. So yeah,
PSP's still here, so well, we're still there.
well, no, how to it push their market share down to where they're irrelevant.
Okay.
That was the strategy.
I mean, look, I still got that shit on my desk.
Yeah, man. All right. So yeah,
you also have a Game Boy on your desk.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
right. I do also have a Game Boy. Sucker free Sunday.
All right, man. Let's move on. There's not really much to say about these entities. Next month is going to be interesting. All right. Let's give our impressions of PS4 firmware 4.5.
Doing it right now.
Yeah. So Adam, you go first, man. What do you think of it? You probably given it the biggest test so far.
Yeah, I've been playing with it. I put all right, so I already have an internal 2 terabyte, and then I have an external 2 terabyte, and I plugged that in, picked up seamless, no issue. Formatted,
Did it have some power supply?
No. Well, this one, the one I have is a 3.0, but I think it's the same thing. It needs to be USB 3.0, which doesn't need a power supply. Yeah, and it format, everything was fine. And right now I'm just doing a test. I'm transferring one game, Until Dawn, which is about 50 gigs over to the external just to see how long it takes. Now, I set a bunch of things while I was at work on my app. I just started setting a bunch of things that I had removed off because of space, like The Witcher and stuff like that. And I was just loading it up and turning it on, turning it off, just to see if there's any latency issues or anything. So far, so good. I mean, it looks like it's working, at least on that boost mode. Boost mode, I turned it on. Everybody, you have to turn it on. Just for those who don't know, it's not like the game's auto detect, but the OS is not auto detecting if you have a Pro. You have to turn it on if you have a Pro. Check that box. It won't just say, "Oh, you have a Pro." We're checking the box.
Yeah, you have to turn it on, but you haven't noticed any issues with it being on, right?
No, I turned it on. I popped in some other games. I did Drive Club right now. I just did a few laps. Yeah, I mean, so far so good. Everything seems to be cool.
My biggest complaint actually with that firmware update is the notifications thing is severely cut down. Like they kind of cut down the notification section into one long list. It used to have little sections that you could go off into, and you could also click on certain games and see what the last firmware and was. Like last firmware or last update to a game. So you could go in there and be like, okay, something download to your console. What is this? All it does is just give you options to delete the thing, the note on there.
Speaking of delete,
hold on. What you're talking about the shit on the bottom, right?
No, notification section. It's the second icon on the top section of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so that thing usually all your different notifications go in there. Like somebody sends you a chat,
like download. Okay.
They got rid of the little slots where you could chat, and it would be like the chat section of all the different chat things. Now they just balled it into one long list.
I didn't really like that.
I don't like that.
Why mess everything put everything together?
The only option that you can do is you can click on or click off what notifications you want to show up on there.
Hold on, maybe I'm being stupid right now, but for me, it was always like that. Like my notifications had everything. They do have everything.
But they do have everything off. There was a bunch you could turn off.
I didn't know you could turn any off.
But it's not just that; it had categories on the side. So if you wanted to know what downloads you had, that's what Manny's saying. You could go to your downloads and see downloads. Now it's all mashed together now.
I don't know.
That's my.
The only thing I could think of the reasoning behind it is that unless you're scrolling down to the others, you could be missing stuff. And then people what am I missing? I'm not missing. Sometimes they send you coupon codes and all kinds of shit. And damn, I didn't get that. Well, you did. It's in the system information. Well, I'm looking at notification. No, not in that section. You got to scroll all the way down.
Yeah, but the other argument is you could lose stuff because
it's a mess. It should have just been an option. They should have just had an option. Condensed.
Yeah, and I actually did look for an option to see if I could roll it back to what it looked like, but no, you can't.
Well, how about this?
Sucks.
They should at least add an option to delete the damn betas and shit that you have in demos that are still listed in your library. Why the fuck would I want to re-download that? The beta is no longer active. It's gone. It's years ago. You still have old Division beta.
I still have the one for Destiny still in there.
Come on now, give me an option to remove that shit. Or how about instead of showing me like Crackle and other services that I have no intention of signing up. Let me, you know what I mean? Let me fucking hide that shit. Don't just keep showing me this damn icon. I don't want to see it. It's taking up space.
Yeah. Also, the pop-up menu's been updated too. So now you can you can now adjust it, and it's been streamlined. I think that's a little bit better. You can actually adjust, like you can put like I guess you have favorite groups or something like that. You can put all that junk on the side. I kind of took out most of that stuff, and my only issue with that thing is that I'd like to have it. I want to change the order of all the different icons. I like to have the power symbol on the bottom, but it likes to throw it in the middle. Like to turn off.
Added the party function to the button, to the home, that same menu system you're talking about. So you jump in now, which is something that the 360 had, and they took that out of the Xbox One. What the fuck? You know what I mean? It's like, whatever. But
yeah, you can kind of create quick parties now. I mean, a lot of that stuff I don't really mess with. Like, I don't care about parties. I don't care about all that stuff. I mean, I did check out, the one thing I did check out was for aesthetic things. Like, you can, like, now that you have that little your little user page where you have the little picture of yourself, and then you can put a little background image. Now you can actually switch the color of it to kind of match what you got there. But it's kind of just like, oh, okay, good, you can do that. I mean, Vita had that shit day one, by the way. You could adjust
this game. By the way, I want to give a shout out to Jack Move Johnny, who's in the chat. He goes, you can't mark things as red now. What the fuck? Really?
Yeah, they took that away too. Yeah,
that's stupid.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't mark
Tony,
anything as red.
I want to tell you guys good night because I've got to head out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, thank you for joining us for the Switch.
Thank you
for having me. I'm sorry I couldn't stay the whole time.
Take care.
All right, Erica, we'll see you soon. Thank you for being on.
Good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, good night.
All right. Yeah, that's dumb. You can't like mark as red.
No, you can't.
But you can do it on your
email. You can just delete it.
Gotcha.
You can just delete it.
Well, that's the other thing. Speaking of the email, you can, if you're on the mobile, it'll show you on the console that your friend or whatever is on mobile. You'll see a little mobile icon.
Oh, so that's cool.
Wait, you can't do a private party? What?
Kind of like on the Xbox.
Yeah, it's kind of like exactly.
Wait, hold the phone. You
can also talk. From what they're saying, you can talk and chat to somebody while they're on it. And
really?
On console. That's what it said. It was like, wait, I think it's for the Windows one, but they said that if you were using their app and you get invited to a party chat, you can communicate if there's a speaker.
Oh, that's awesome.
So they finally put the party chat into the
That's what it said. I mean, that's what it was saying.
What do they call it? Remote play for the PC version.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you can't make private parties? Is that true? Oh, you can't make it. Okay, you can, but not from the quick menu. Okay, I got you.
That's fine. That's okay.
I can't be joining public parties, man. Motherfuckers see my name, they jump in. You know.
Yo, man, that's what you get. That's what you get for putting your shit out there, man.
So you know, so then Until Dawn, which was like close to 50 gigs, 10 minutes.
Really?
Damn. Not bad.
Damn.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. It's not so bad.
Okay.
So if people plan on transferring, moving things around large games, it's not going to take forever. It's not going to be like when you do a backup.
And now for Share Party, you could actually upload shit to it. You can import your own stuff to it, which is good. Your own pictures, your own clips and shit.
Yeah, like like the shit. That's a Share Factory. You can do that. You can do that,
which is pretty cool.
You could also create little GIFs and things and post them on the What's New section of PlayStation, which nobody gives a shit about.
I thought you liked the What's New section, man.
No, I never go to that fucking section.
I like that shit. Isn't that the shit on the bottom?
No, it's not that shit. What's New section is its own section. Whenever you go down onto any game, you press down and then it gives you like a page that tells you how many people have your game, how many trophies you have, how many people have earned trophies. It's all that
latest trophy that you've earned.
The latest trophy. That shit. That page I like. The What's New section, they can go suck them.
They added all this stuff too. It's like you can do GIFs or GIFs, whichever way you prefer to say it. It said they added that that page. I mean, I rarely go through any of that shit.
No, I don't care. I don't. To be honest, I don't care what's new. And to me, it's half the time. It's granted. It's the one thing about it is it's not like Xbox where they're throwing ads all over the goddamn place. At least all the ads stay in that shit on the fucking What's New section. But if I had a choice, I'd turn that off. Riku loves that shit though. Yeah. He'll give you a little check mark if you get a trophy.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to
You
my
get
man.
a platinum
Yeah,
for
I
it.
want to give a shout out to my man, Ray McLean, Rekgar. This dude, okay, he's that E3 guy. We always bump into him at E3. He's that tall Jamaican dude, man. We always bump into. This guy loves to troll me by he liked every single trophy I got in Horizon within the span of 10 minutes. I'm like, Ray, you're killing me, bro.
Yeah, because then now it likes to give you little notifications on the corner. It's like, woo, blah, 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 like it.
My phone's blowing up. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, there's Ray again.
Damn.
He does that. He does that whenever I get trophies faster than him.
I feel like Mark Cerny should get a shitload of those things. My man keeps getting platinum trophies.
Yeah.
I'm either his son is playing that shit or he's doing it himself.
No, maybe he's playing the games himself.
I don't know. Maybe
how can he be playing games when he's too busy designing the PS5?
Segue.
Yeah, you got it.
All he had to do is approve. That's it.
Okay, we're going.
Yeah. Now get the fuck out.
We're going to the next story because Carlos gave us that perfect segue. I threw this in here just for
Can I
laughs.
just ask like a really quick question?
What's up, Brian? Hello, Brian. By the way.
Hey guys, how are you doing? Anyway, can you now, like, when you do the video, when you do like a video recording, does it capture the audio of the party chat as well, or is it still off the?
No, you can turn that option on or off. You could always do that.
Yeah, you can always do that. If you ever watch Riku's videos, he's always talking on them.
Yep. Riku's been doing that since day one. Yeah.
Of like the whole party, or just like
the whole party?
Really? Where's the option? Because I have not found it.
It's in. I don't know. Somebody had to teach me how to do it because it's really roundabout. It's not in your face. But Riku has been doing that since day one, bro.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Yeah, I think Riku was the one that taught me. Like, it's set up for me now. It's good, but because I was like I did a stream and you just heard me talk. You didn't hear anybody else talk. But Riku was like, you got to set up a certain way and shit. But he's been doing that forever. Yeah, so it's not a new feature, you know.
I might have checked it out too.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But anyway, let's move on to the story. This actually happened a couple of days ago. I thought it was just dudes talking shit, but apparently a site talked about this. So it's hilarious. So according to what site was this shit? Gaming Bold, right? They're not exactly a small site. They claimed, according to their sources, that the PS5 is coming in 2018 with 10 teraflops. You see me shaking my head here, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the technical guys get into it, obviously, but listen, I'm sticking to my story. 2019 is when this shit is coming, right? Because that's 3 years after PS4 Pro, which the PS4 Pro came out 3 years after the PlayStation 4, and it's also the 25th anniversary of PlayStation in America, not in Japan. 25th anniversary of PlayStation in America, so it would be perfect. 2018, too early. That's bullshit. And then 10 teraflops. I really call bullshit on that one. You know. Anyway, I'll let tech heads take over this one. Chris, hit me.
Well, I doubt it just because of price right now. I mean, look at the 1080 Ti came out.
We're gonna get to that. Yeah, that's $700 for that.
For the card by itself, right? I mean, it's more than capable. I don't know if it hit 10 teraflops. I know the 1080 was 9. Maybe this one's higher, but
yeah.
I mean, but that's a $700 card. It doesn't have without anything else around it, you know. And if Sony sticks with AMD, they're going to need to take Vega and all the stuff they've done and shrink it down and create something that is affordable, right? So that is not happening in the next year and a half, you know. So I don't know where these guys got that timetable or this stat. It sounds completely fabricated because the cost of the system would be tremendous. It would,
yeah.
If they're going back to get 2 jobs to buy a PS5, it will be good, you know.
Oh, Chris, the Ti is rumored to have 10.8 teraflops.
Right. Okay, but that's Edge now. That's Edge right now. 1080 Ti, the best of the Pascal series. Just over 10 teraflops, $700 card. You know.
Yeah. Just for the record, this is Macquarie research analyst Damien Fong saying it. So this is like a Michael Pachter guy. So he could just be talking out of his ass. You know, with a name like Fong too.
I also don't think, you know, it's like these guys throw these numbers around, but it's like you don't understand what you're talking about. when you talk about teraflops and that kind of power, they're just throwing around numbers. But it's like, for a guy who deals with numbers, you should educate yourself on what those numbers mean and what exactly is involved in getting a system to be in a reasonable price range to have that kind of power in that timetable.
Yeah,
so
and
bullshit.
And the 1080 Ti is not going to get cheap anytime soon, especially not for 2018 when it's coming out. I mean, it's not going to use that anyways, but I'm just saying, like, a card that can do 10 over 10 teraflops. And why, like, just talking about like sales, why release a console next year?
It makes no fucking sense.
No.
They're doing good right now. They just released the Pro last year. It still has a lot of life in it. So
Yeah.
I give it 2-3 more years.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And then the other thing is, like, and I'm going to say it too, these fucking PlayStation fanboys, they're on this hype train. The crazy guys are like, yeah, it's coming 2018. It's going to kill Scorpio. Are you fucking stupid?
No.
The regular PS4 is going to kill Scorpio already just by sheer sales numbers. Stop it, guys. What the fuck is wrong with you? And then somebody started saying, oh, they need to come out with this thing to counter Scorpio. Scorpio's not going to make a dent. I'm telling you right now, it's not making a fucking dent. You know? Come on. Yeah, Andre, what do you make of this mess, man?
Man, shut the fuck up. I'm just sick of it. I'm so tired of this shit. You can't even enjoy the shit you got now. You're too busy worried about all this shit that's coming out. Man, who gives a damn? Look, I said it earlier. I was on another show earlier. Look, and I'm going to say it now. Look, Microsoft, bring your Scorpio, dude. Whatever. Bring it out, whatever. If you don't get some console exclusives, I'm done. I'll keep my Xbox. I love it. I don't care. But nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna care. I'm sorry. I want a reason to keep my Xbox and not put everything on my PC. Give me a reason to do that. That's all I want. Who cares about look? I don't have the money about Scorpio anyway. I don't have the money about a PS5. I like my PS4 just fine. Who cares? I just don't. The fanboys are really they're just taking this shit way too far. Stupid. I'm so sick of these dudes. They're driving me nuts. I mean, they're good for their brands. I'm not knocking that. They're good. They're good.
That's debatable.
They're good for Sony. They're good for Sony. They're good for Microsoft. They're good for Nintendo. Whoever. PC fanboy. But you're good for you're all that too. You're good for that. Other than that, you're no use to me.
Yeah, Joy-Con.
You're talking shit. You're talking shit to me, so I don't care.
Yeah. Bad Carlos,
play what you got now.
What now?
Yeah, I was like, Joy-Cons are failing. Yeah, no problem. Scalebon got canceled. Nah, no issues.
Yeah, that just fucking drives me nuts.
Yeah,
Look, Microsoft, look, I will say something to Microsoft. Look, you need to go get your ass on a plane, get to Japan, go find Kamiya, give him a buttload of money, kiss his ass on video in public, and get Scalebound back on track.
And you know what? He still won't accept it because that's.
I know he'll still diss him on Twitter. He'll still shut him down on Twitter. He don't give a fuck. Do something, man. Yeah, because
they have to have something up their sleeve.
They gotta have something. I hope they do.
They want to take a whole day and they wanted to move it.
I'm praying they do.
Think about this. For E3, they said they want their own day, right? They want to have it the day before everything else. They want to get their news out there. Okay, fine. You want to get their news. You want everybody to keep talking. That means they got something for people to talk about.
They better have something, man. Because
one game is not going to be Scorpio. It's not going to be Scorpio.
One game is not going to do it.
# wait for E3.
Yeah, right. That's
it's definitely going to be Crackdown.
Listen, with the action,
I'm ready for Crackdown. Right? I'm ready. They need something else. I'm saying they need 5 console exclusives.
Well, he came out and said that they're definitely bringing back something old. He said it's an old IP that no one's talking about. He hinted at that.
It ain't going to be exclusive to Scorpio, though. It ain't going to be exclusive to Scorpio. That's coming to Xbox, too.
Man.
See, I don't care if it's on Scorpio or Xbox. As long as it's on a console, don't port it over to PC right now. Just give people the right reason to buy an Xbox console. That's it.
Yeah, but then that would be them going back on their word.
You know? To me, what company doesn't go back on their word?
That is true.
Join the club. Get a
tissue,
wipe your tears. Get a tissue, wipe your tears. I don't care.
Did you say this?
Vision just had an update, and Brian, you probably saw this, and now they have microtransactions. They said they weren't going to do it, and now they have it. So,
The Division?
Division, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
they
yeah.
last update just came out, and it's like one of like many things that they announced. Also, like feature DLCs will now be free. But then they pretty much have pseudo abandoned the game for now.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was the shit, and then it wasn't. You know, they couldn't make it stand.
This thing is just bullshit to me. It's like, stop it, guys. And then the PlayStation guys like, oh yeah, it's coming. Stop it. You guys are being fucking dumbasses. Stop.
Listen, come on, guys. We just got all these awesome games.
You can't appreciate that, you fucking ass.
All these awesome games. You got a fucking PlayStation Pro. You know,
listen, I'm telling you right now, buy a Pro, get Nier Automata, get fucking Horizon, get fucking Gravity Rush. You're good. Go buy Yakuza. You know,
man.
Shit. Yeah, motherfuckers. All right, let's move on, man. Since we were talking about it, let's talk about this GTX 1080 Ti, man. Very interesting. You know, I got to talk about Scorpio about this shit, but let's talk about the specifications first. Carlos, man, hit us with some facts, bruh.
Oh shit! Hold on.
I'll put you on the spot, nigga. You gotta be ready, man.
All right, hold on,
man.
Let me get the show notes.
But yeah, it's, they list all the shit in the article. I don't know. You guys know that shit better than me.
35% better than the regular 1080, the one that Tony has. It's what, like 600, 799, something like that.
Yeah, 699, 699 for this shit, people.
You know what I was just thinking? I wonder. Because all right, just while you're looking that up, Carlos, I'm buying you some time.
Appreciate it, man.
Now that we can put images, they said, as our wallpaper, but we also have the web browser. Can we go online and download, like, let's say, some high, HD 4K images?
Some titties, son. That's what you want to download.
You can only put pictures that you have currently taken of photos of inside of your game, but there's a little way around that, and you know what that is, right? What you can do is you can go to a website, right? Full screen that shit, right? And then snap.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was wondering. Did they have to be in the game, or can it just be like?
No, it has to be a screen. It has to be a screenshot that you can put up there. So, like, in other words, you can't download any image off the internet and put it on there.
So let me see. While you're doing that, I'm gonna try that now. I'm gonna look up some Final Fantasy once. Let's see what I got.
Right, hit us with some specs, man. What's going on with this thing?
Yeah, so this shit's got 3,584 CUDA cores.
CUDA cores.
It's got a base clock of 1,480 megahertz, which is 1.4, 1.5 gigahertz. It can boost up to 1.5, 1.6 gigahertz. At 5,505 megahertz of memory bandwidth, or the data rate. And the memory bandwidth is 484 gigabytes per second, which is a fuckload.
So you say this thing's worth it?
It's for $700. It depends on what you have already. Like, if you, it depends on what you have, and it depends on what you're trying to do. So if you're doing 1080p gaming, stay clear away from this thing, because you don't need this to play 1080p gaming.
Yeah, no, that's true, man.
If you're trying gamer's just gonna buy like 10 of them and stick them in his computer.
Wait, isn't he getting 4 Titans?
No, he's not gonna want Titans anymore. This is actually better.
Just buy 4 of these,
Yeah, because these are single. This is single GPU solution. So yeah, like, Hip Hop Gamer's gonna buy 4 of these and put them in fucking an SLI to play fucking Tetris emulator, man.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh man. Now here's the thing, right? Now, this thing in the article I was reading, it said it's gonna be able to deliver like uncompromised 4K 60. It isn't. Like, they I forgot who it was, but they tested out Tomb Raider, right? Right? Is it Tomb Raider? It couldn't fucking do it, right?
Oh,
but so here's the thing. Here's where I went, because I got to make fun of these guys, right? So this shit's $700, right? And it could barely deliver 4K 60, and it probably does well on some games. You're gonna tell me the Scorpio is gonna be able to do all that on every game at $500?
Tony, did I don't know. I didn't watch that video. Did they test The Witcher 3?
I don't know. That's the game they did
test it.
Brian, hit us with some facts, bro.
It can do it on a lot of games, but Tomb Raider was one of the ones which was an exception.
Yeah. Which video was that, Brian? Just so people know.
Digital Foundry. Who else?
Digital Foundry, man. These guys are doing good
You
work.
guys that I trust. Because
Yeah.
They're doing God's work. They're doing God's work.
Yep.
God's
Except for Torrance doesn't trust them though.
Torrance only likes Lens of Truth.
Yeah. So yeah, Brian, what do you think of this card, man?
I'm excited. I'm going to get one because I was waiting.
Nice.
I'm not going to get like a normal like 1080. I want like the 1080 Ti one. Because damn.
Yeah.
And the numbers are shit hard, but the problem is it's kind of useless for 1080p gaming. So it means that I have to upgrade like my monitor now.
Oh shit.
Dude, Brian, go ultra wide 2K, man. Don't go for that 4K shit.
I'm going like 4K.
I'm going 4K.
4K card. I'm going for the 4K shit.
Well, I'm not telling you because of price or performance or anything like that. I personally prefer 2K ultra wide, like for gaming. It's so much for me. What was that?
What the fuck?
That was Brian. That was Brian powering up.
He's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, so like personally,
Brian, you sound like a robot, son.
That wasn't Brian.
No,
Who was
that's
that?
Manny.
Like I said, it's a sound effect. Remember?
It's the altered. It's altered beat.
Man, you're fucking me up right now. I'm like, is this shit? What the fuck's happening? You know?
I'm getting some nice images here.
This is what happens. Google traumatized me, man. Anyway, go ahead. Talk amongst yourselves.
I am planning to get that card because the specs are really nice. I mean,
Do it.
Do it.
It's so nice as well.
I mean, how does NVIDIA keep doing that? They make the Titan X, right? And it's like, a dual-core ultimate solution, and then they outdo themselves with their last single-core solution. It's like, forget that thing. Just buy this thing.
I don't know, but I can imagine that a lot of guys that have like the Titan X are mad right now.
Yeah, because it's a $1,200 card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
If they got it with a if they got it like the past couple of weeks, man, especially.
Oh, then
Imagine if you just bought the shit yesterday.
oh my god, it's like finally got a Titan X. What the fuck?
I just go back and refund that shit quick.
Yeah.
Refund it, get the money back, and then like buy the TI one, and then buy like a PS4. Boom, you're sorted.
Yeah.
Man, that's terrifying. Like for the same price as like a Titan X, you can buy like the TI and the PS4, and probably an Xbox as well.
Oh shit.
Gosh.
And you'd be better off.
If you buy this card, you don't need an Xbox at all, son.
Yo, man, if you buy the thing is for the price of that car, you could buy a next gen console and a pretty big stack of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy the TI. You can buy a Switch. Not even play the Switch. You can use it as a coaster, and this should be fucking cheaper.
Just buy a Switch just to wipe your ass with.
Shit.
You know, that's the biggest difference between PC gaming and like console gaming. If somebody said this console is $600, right? Was it $700? $600?
$700. Yeah.
A $700 console. Somebody said that. Remember, like they pulled that out with Sony with the $600. They would not take that shit. They'd be like, "What the fuck?"
What was that? Was it the 3DO or that was $700?
The 3DO.
So it's the real 3DO was, yeah.
Yeah, they were both $700 consoles.
I remember getting that shit.
And that goes back to the whole argument we had last week. It's like we've been doing this shit for freaking years, but somehow PC gaming has just like started to hit the map,
Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, very true. But again, guys, the Scorpio ain't gonna be doing the same shit this card is doing for only $500. Come on, man.
No way. But like I don't understand why they think that this thing is going to be the second coming. To be honest, it's like it'll have I definitely think just like the PlayStation Pro, it'll just be a marginal like upgrades. Like solid gameplay. It can run in checkerboard or up HD mode. But I mean, it's not gonna change things. It's not gonna make the games look any better. It's not gonna create more AI. It's not gonna do anything. You're just getting a little bit more polish on a game that you've already had. on a
exactly.
generation you already have. Sorry.
Well, all I know is I have the regular ass 1080. I guess the poverty version of the card now. So I'm good. But I learned my I version to come out, then upgrade. Ooh, Brian, I know you must be giddy as shit right now, man.
I'm excited. Those benchmarks are nice, and the best part is that the normal 1080 prices have gone down as well. So it's like a win-win for everyone.
Yeah. I'll buy myself a second GTX 1080.
Well, man, I'll dual wield that shit.
Well, I was kind of waiting, but now this is good because it'll push down the other prices. I was looking at the 1070, and now everything will get cheaper. So
you know what sucks? I paid $700 for my 1080, man.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
Well, at least you didn't buy a Titan X, man. Let me tell you.
No, chill.
Those guys feel like suckers.
Is crazy. Last thing, I threw it at the ass end of the show because I didn't want it to be a main thing. We need to talk about this shit with Colin Moriarty, Adam's boy.
That's my boy.
Yesterday, right?
So wait. In other words, he's proving that he is an asshole New Yorker.
Yep.
Yes.
He's in a special category. He's from Long Island.
Oh, so he's an asshole Long Islander. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So let me. By the way, Carlos, I think I was lagging for a little bit too. Anyway, so let me set this up for everybody to understand. So yesterday was International Women's Day, right? But also at the same time, they were having protests. And I think they were called #ADayWithoutAWoman. Basically, a bunch of women around the country decided they're not going to go to work to prove to men that they need them or some nonsense like that. So Colin, as a joke, tweeted out, peace and quiet, #DayWithoutAWoman. Whoo, man, he got it hard. All his former IGN buddies, they came after him. All these industry people started going after him. It got really nuts. And by the end of the day,
his girl didn't get pissed.
She didn't say nothing,
I think she went she stood by him.
Yeah, he did mention her. He was like, yeah, she thought it was funny. She's been here next to me the whole time, But it got so bad that at the end of the day, Greg Miller issued a thing saying that he didn't condone what Colin said, and then Colin, because of all the shit that he was getting, decided not to be at the Kind of Funny panel at PAX this weekend because he knows that people are going to come in and start going crazy. He's like, I don't want that shit for Kind of Funny. I want it to be nice and peaceful. I'm going to recluse myself from going to this shit. Whew, man. So yeah, this is the shit I've been telling people. There are certain things you can't say publicly anymore. Like if you're in this industry specifically, you can't say certain things publicly. So
it feels like nothing's going to impact his bottom line, I guess. He just doesn't care
people
what
already pulling out from the Patreon, bro.
Oh, that's been happening for the longest, though.
And Carlos has a good theory about Colin's probably going to do. Carlos, why don't you tell us right now what's your theory? Because I agree with it completely. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I think the dude and he's been he's been doing some low-key stuff. Like he was on the Rubin Report. It's a show on YouTube with this guy named Dave Rubin who talks about politics and stuff like that. And I think Colin is probably gonna branch out or just leave Kind of Funny and just start his own political commentary thing on YouTube. Yeah. I think he's just gonna do that.
Yeah, I agree. And here, just leading a little bit more of fuel to what you said. For you guys who don't know, there's this guy called Glenn Beck, right? He's not conservative, he's a libertarian, but even he tweeted, I was like, hey, I just found out about this guy called Colin Moriarty. I saw him on the Dave Rubin show. He's a really cool guy. He's a gamer. He's passionate. He's libertarian. Check him out. So very interesting,
Wow.
Listen, I'm going to say this right now because people have been getting more and more annoyed with Colin over the last few months. Because let's just be honest, that election really split the whole country, right? And Colin, he's not really saying anything different than he has before. But now because, he's seeing how certain types of speech are being oppressed, he's kind of speaking out about it and people are calling him out on that. So I could definitely see him going, you know what, this gaming thing is not letting me express myself. I'm going to go into politics. I could totally see him doing some shit like that, like Stephen Crowder or something,
He's trying to push back. In other words, he's trying to be well, I want to be able to say the things I want to say, despite what public opinion is. But the thing is that at the same time, man, you run a business.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you cannot let when you're doing stuff like that, you cannot let your personal opinions get into things. That's part of the reason why on the Throwdown we do not talk about politics.
Yeah, even this one. I asked you guys, like, guys, should we talk about this? So
we may tap that and dance around current events and stuff like that. We may have mentioned them a little bit, but in the end, our show is about gaming and it's about you guys and about the things that we like to do to have fun. It's not about all the horrible things that are happening out in the world, you know.
Yeah,
at this time. Unless somehow some fucked up politician decides to outlaw all games. Now then we would start getting political.
Then we have no choice, right? But again, if you're in this industry, there's certain things you just can't say. This is why your boy, I don't say shit anymore. Like I used to even 2 years ago. I'm like, okay, I'm a little bit prominent now. I'm not saying nothing because you have line, you know.
Yeah, I mean the thing is that it's sad. It's sad to think that people cannot have their own opinions about things, but at the same time, you also have to look at the bigger picture. Where does your money come from? And saying certain comments, even if they may seem pretty funny to you, at the same time, people may take them the wrong way. And then,
also, there's a problem. He made a joke on Twitter, right? That's where it started. When you type text, right? When you make a joke like that in email, you may have tone in your mind. You may know it's a joke. Funny. You may have told it to your friends, but when you type it out, it has no context. It has no.
Yeah, sarcasm doesn't have any. You can't be sarcasm.
And let's just be honest. Some people are out there looking to be offended too. So there's no context to this. There's no tone. You can use it any way you want.
Right?
It's crazy. Yeah. Go ahead, man.
But I honestly, I think he knew what there was going to be blowback. Because
this time he thought it was going to be at this level.
I don't think he thought it was going to be on this level. I don't think. I
doubt it. Yeah. I
think he knew there would be pushback, but not on this level. Not to the point where he had to cancel going to PAX East. I don't think he. When was the last time Colin wasn't at PAX East? Well,
the dude has anxiety problems, so I don't know.
And he battles depression. He's got other shit going on, so
so I don't know.
By the way, that's something common with a lot of these big writers. I'm noticing very interesting.
It's common with everybody in life, man. Life is hard.
Man, I got anxiety, man. I'm chilling.
What the fuck were you talking about? There was a point in time, when you were like, "Yo, man, I don't know if I could do this. Blah blah. I need a break. Blah blah blah." Remember that shit?
Yeah, but I was an anxiety though, man. I was just pissed.
You were having. You weren't pissed.
I've been doing this. I just being pissed, dude.
I've been doing this shit for 30 years. I feel like that every day. Shit.
You weren't pissed. You were feeling some type of way, Tony. So the thing is,
I was angry.
I think a lot of people, especially in the industry, they do suffer from these sort of problems.
Yeah, but again, I don't think, going back to what we were saying, I don't think Colin knew it was going to be on this level. I'm sure he anticipated some stuff, not on that level.
Yeah,
no, he wants the thing is that he the thing is that he also knows what he's saying because he wants the attention at the same time.
It's still publicity,
Okay, last week, somebody put out, I think it was an article, right, saying that Horizon Zero Dawn is guilty of cultural appropriation, right? I'm not going to get into that stupid argument, but he made fun of that, right? And people started going, "You're not being sensitive, Ev. You're not being sensitive." And just the day before he tweeted this thing out, he tweeted a picture of a bunch of different Italian meats and stuff, bologna or whatever, super sal as they call them. And he was like, "Hey, I know this is, I'm sorry for cultural appropriation, but I am half Italian." And people were like, "Oh, you don't know what cultural appropriation means, blah, 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 blah." So people are already a little bit ready to pounce on him. And then he gave him that last bit of fuel. And then bam,
Tony, hold on. Before that, he did he's doing these videos, right? I think it's called A Conversation with Colin or something like that. Yeah. And it's with 5 people, and he said, I'm paraphrasing, and I don't know if this was exactly the same thing he said, but he said, "I'm doing an interview with 5 diverse members of the industry," or something like that.
Yeah.
He got a little lot of shit because it was just a whole bunch of white dudes. So he got blowback from that.
He even mentioned it. He was like, "It's not my fault. These are the people that are, influential, and these are the people that are doing it. It just so happens that they're white."
Yeah. So, I'm telling you, man, this shit is building up, and I'm not doubting this dude right now is just thinking about how to thinking about his fucking life. Do I want to stay on this track?
You know, if I was him, because again, that guy's pretty smart when it comes to politics. You know, like I said, I I'm not gonna get into it, but I don't like Colin Moriarty as from the gaming tip. I don't really agree with anything he says gaming wise, but when it comes to politics, I mostly actually do agree with him. So if he can't say the shit he wants to say, and by the way, I want to say this. I'm actually surprised he lasted this long saying this sort of stuff, because he's been talking about this shit for years. You know, he's coming at it from more a libertarian, Republican type of view. I was like, damn, okay, I guess.
You know what it is? It's because before it was just part of a show. It was part of a conversation. Now that he has his own platform that Colin knows, you know, was it Colin was right or I was right? Yeah,
Colin was right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now that he's doing that, and those are pretty long segments. We're talking like maybe 20 minutes long. Some of You know what I mean? So now, and the way he's presenting it, it's as if it's a news report, you know?
Yeah.
And so now he's putting himself in the front. So it's no longer about, oh, well, it's him and Greg and they're talking. No, this is Colin, and this is into his world, his mind, how he sees things. And now people are really waking up and be like, do I support him? Do I not support him?
He's in a way he is turning into the anti Greg Miller, whereas like, you know, Greg Miller would be considered like the Bill Cosby or whatever of whatever, or maybe not Bill Cosby. That's an old
Bill
one.
Cosby, by the way,
old school Bill Cosby of gaming. Like, in other words, he's acceptable by everybody. You know, people think he's a cool guy. He's not really offensive.
CM Punk doesn't like him, but that's a whole other story.
But see, the thing is, he thinks he's not offensive. You know, you think he's not offensive. You know, he's, you know, a lot of people enjoy him. But then you have the opposite of that, which is like Colin Moriarty and what the things he says. Now, the thing is, again, he has to watch he has to watch the things he says, because it will affect their business. They've gone into making this kind of funny thing, so they all have to still kind of seem like they're staying on point.
Yeah. No, you're right about that, because that affects the bottom line, man. That
affects the bottom line when people, again, I hate to say it, to be honest, like, you know, it's not the, you know, I think he wants to separate himself from the kind of funny thing, but he's also beholden to the kind of funny thing too. Yeah. Because obviously most people watch it for Greg Miller and not him.
Yeah, let's just be honest.
It's Greg Miller and those other white guys, you know.
Anyway, so Andre, what's your take on this whole thing? Have you been keeping up with it? Andre, you're still here. You may be doing some daddy stuff right now, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm here.
Yeah, what do you make of this situation, bro?
Look, you have some notoriety. You should always know when you put something out there, you're gonna get some kind of blowback, whether it's gonna be a massive blowback or a little blowback. You know, you gotta roll with the punches, man. I mean, that's the way things are now. So you just can't. I mean, yeah, some people just can't take a joke, but then, you know, some people will get offended by it. I mean, it's kind of a double-edged sword. You got the notoriety, you can say what you want, but then you kind of gotta watch it a little bit. You know, I mean, I'm not saying you have to, but if you can't dish it, if you're gonna dish, you gotta be able to take it. So I don't think anybody should leave. He shouldn't have left the show.
Yeah,
stick your guns. Stick with your guns. If you're gonna believe what you said,
or nothing. He's just not appearing at the event.
I'm sorry. I would have still went to PAX. Screw that crap. I'm sorry.
Are you going to PAX, by the way, Tony?
No, I'm not. Not this year.
Whoa!
What did you say?
Huh?
I was like, what did you say?
What did you say?
No, I'm saving up money for PAX Prime because I've never been there before. You know. And it looks like I made the right decision, because it's about to snow tomorrow. With these PAX things, like, hold them in April or May, not fucking March. Jesus, man.
And PAX East is always in March. It's ridiculous. Last time I went,
last year was in May though, bro. Like, it was like early May. I'm like, this is beautiful.
Oh, that's right. It was.
And it's in Boston.
Yeah. And Boston's easy for me to get to, but fuck.
Well, I'm trying to get them. I'm gonna try to go to PAX Prime too. So I'm just
brother. Let's go, Andre. Man, it's been
brother. Man, I haven't been there in a minute. God, it's been so long.
Shit. But yeah, Colin, you know, I don't think he's gonna apologize. He's not that type of dude, and he shouldn't apologize.
No, he's not.
He didn't say anything offensive, man. Chris and I and Carl were talking about this. Like, really, people getting offended over that shit? Really? Come on, man.
People just getting too sensitive.
That shit is
you know, the thing is, you know, again, it's like, you obviously, you know that the guy's not like a sexist or anything like that, or whatever he is. He obviously meant those things to be a kind of, you know, a stupid joke, but I still, at the same time, you know, I don't think he should apologize, but I think he also needs to watch what he says. He needs to sit for as smart as supposedly this guy is, he didn't make a very smart move. He could have just said, you know what, I'm just going to leave this shit alone.
No, you're 100% right about it. Dude, yesterday when I was watching all this stuff, I had a million things in my head that were way worse than what Colin said. You know how much of that I posted? 0.
Right.
It's not worth saying.
I'm like, nope, I'm not. I don't need to deal with this shit. I could have made a joke that was way jokes. Excuse me, that were way wastier. Nope, not gonna do that shit. Colin shouldn't. You're right. I agree with you. Colin should have known better. Even though I don't think what he did was wrong, he should have known. Especially some people have already been on his ass. And I find it very weird that I'm kind of defending Colin because I don't like the guy that much.
He likes you. He's openly said he likes you.
They really, I said hi to him one time and shit, but I made it seem like I knew him. I confused him. I was like, "Hey, Colin, what's up, man?" He was like, "Hey."
You pulled the torrents.
That shit was hilarious. I think that's gonna pretty much.
Wait a minute.
What's up? What are you finding right now?
Oh shit!
How many Game Boys have you bought?
He's got another Game Boy right now.
We can talk about that off air.
All right.
No. All right. So what I'm saying. So yeah. Well, for the guys watching, anybody watching, you can see what that is.
Backlight. Mm-hmm. Andre, you see that shit, bro? Backlight.
Oh yeah, I remember
1989, with a dual LCD screen.
Yeah. By the way, for you people listening, Adam has I guess that's a modded Game Boy. Yeah, with
an original modded Game Boy.
Y'all know the Game Boy never had a backlight. You had to buy like a peripheral that would put light on it and shit.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're an importer like I am, and you get a Game Boy Light that came out in Japan. But that was just me.
Adam.
I haven't had that in a long time, so I don't even know.
I have that one too. I have the front line. I have a backlight. I have the HES 101 model. The HES 001 model. Yeah, those are the
best ones.
But so just what I was going to tell you is because I did what we talked about. I went through the web browser. I found the Final Fantasy wallpaper 4K. Right, I did the full screen. Snap, boom, looks great. Put it in, looks great. Attached it, and it was like this weird. I don't know. It just like froze up for a little bit, and everything was looking a little fuzzy and janky. But then it just cleared itself. I guess it was still trying to format the image in the back, but now it looks great.
Oh yeah, like whenever you pull up an image, there's always a couple of seconds where it kind of like looks a little bit lower resolution. It happens to anything, but it usually doesn't affect the size of those things.
Yeah. Oh, it looks great. This looks great. I got this.
So that's that's right there is the trick to put anything on your dashboard.
Just zoom in.
I want to be able to change the music on the dashboard.
We'll never get this. I wish. At least, I mean, if they do it, I could see them doing it and charging, and it'll be like third party, like song from The Witcher or the theme song from AC or something like that. I could see them doing shit like that, but I don't think they're going to do it, or they would have done that already.
Mm-hmm. They want you to get you on Spotify or whatever the hell that thing is.
I mean, like this, people are saying this is a big deal just for this image right here that you can attach as wallpaper. Because I mean, I know. Look at how much they're charging for themes. And some of them are just static images. You know what I mean? So it's like, fuck, why? A lot of those are just going to disappear. I don't know anyone that buys those things, but
I mean, if
you can do this,
the only time I've ever gotten a theme, the theme packs is even with the old PlayStation 3, because the old PlayStation 3 theme packs used to do a slideshow. So anytime you used to every time you used to come to change menus or something like that, it would change to different images. So as opposed to one image, you get like 20 or 10 images. The PlayStation, the current one, now you only kind of get 2 images. Like you get the bottom image if it's a still one, and then you get like a top one.
Dang.
It's crazy. All right, let's start wrapping this up, man. Couple of things here. So we're actually going to be having another contest for you guys.
What is this?
Yeah, my boy, Dirty Death Dealer, he's the one that sent me those books last time, right? Send me some books, again. So this time, we're not going to do it started today. We're going to start it on Sunday, but I just want to give you guys a little bit of a preview, I guess. We're going to be giving away 3 copies of Super Mario, How Nintendo Conquered America.
Wow, that's the third, 8th edition.
Yeah, right. So yeah, it's updated. It's up to Wii. You know that it goes up to the Wii.
Oh
U, I
wow,
believe.
okay.
Yeah, it goes up to the Wii. Actually, let me get the chapters. Yeah, it goes up to the Wii. So this is a pretty even though it's a small book, but it's pretty comprehensive. It's right. I don't want to read into this because again, like when I was reading the last book, Console Wars, I was like, fuck, Nintendo's been doing the same shit for almost 30 years now. Like their business practices haven't exactly changed. So I'm really looking forward to reading this myself to see, just to learn more about Nintendo, because Nintendo is a very fascinating company because they don't act like a company.
There's one. Is that the sequel to like Power Up? Because Power Up was like the first book where they talked about Nintendo. And that was
I don't know if this is a sequel. This is written by Jeff Ryan.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah.
Pick that up.
I guess we'll just do what we did before. We'll show you a screenshot or some music of a Nintendo. We'll just do Nintendo games now. Yo, Andre, check this shit out. So for the last contest, we were giving away, copies of the book, and some of the questions were about Sega Genesis. Some of them were about Super Nintendo, right?
Right.
For Sega Genesis, these dudes struggled. We had a screenshot from Aladdin. Aladdin is not a niche game. That was a big fucking game on Genesis, right?
Right.
It took dudes 2 weeks to figure that shit out. Right?
Yeah.
Then we had Nintendo like that instantly. they got him, They got him so fast. They even got him during the show as we were airing it. That's how crazy it was.
That's crazy.
The funny thing in Shinatsky, like when he said we're having a contest, he said the answer is Aladdin.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I was like, yo, man, he got a book though. yeah, that's right. Yeah, Shinaki said he literally said it's Aladdin. And nobody got it. And then we just gave it to him.
Damn. That's crazy.
On, man, you motherfuckers don't play Genesis, bro.
Yeah, man. You know what? It's like we gotta do stuff from like the last, maybe I'm gonna say last 10 years.
Yeah, Young Bucks, man. Young Bucks.
Yeah.
If you really want to do something about Aladdin, it's like the Aladdin game on Genesis is the only game like out of that whole era that's its own separate game. Everything else was a port of another game. Like the Genesis version of Lion King was a port of the Super Nintendo version. It was all the same. But when Shiny did the Genesis Aladdin, it was an anomaly. It was its own thing, and it was like the best version of that game.
Because the Aladdin on Super Nintendo was by Capcom.
It was Capcom, yeah. Everything else was all like every time they did another game, it was like Lion King. I forgot what the other games they did, but they were all the same game. But that one was a totally separate game on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people don't even give that game enough props, man. I mean,
that game got props back in the day. Like
back in the day, but
they actually hired Disney animators to work on that shit to do the sprite animation. So that was all nice.
Yeah. That's
your
old
boy
David Perry.
Tommy Talarico did the music for it.
That's old David Perry right there. That's that old man, cool spot and all that crap, man.
Man. There you go.
That was some good. Good game.
We can't really do anything like that for the kids these days. So if we're gonna do music, we got to do something from the last 10 years, maybe from PlayStation, maybe a rare game from the PlayStation 3 era, or maybe PlayStation 2 era. I would say that's the furthest we can go back.
Nintendo games.
Oh my God, it's got to be Nintendo games.
Nintendo games. We're doing Nintendo games. You know me, I want to go. I would love to go deep. But like, here's some fucking Demon Sword shit. Let's go.
Yeah,
they
don't know about that. They don't know about that. No, Magic Sword.
Want to hear something funny? A couple months ago, shout out to my man Rerez. Right, he was here. He didn't know about that shit either. He was like, name a game. I'm like, Demon Sword. He's like, what?
Damn.
Yeah, but wasn't he claiming that he played every game or some shit like that? Yeah, he didn't play that.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, Legend of Kage, the more popular one. He was like, no.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm like, yo, man, the Legend of Kage? Come on.
Yeah. By the way, Re-Res has been doing some excellent. Re-Res has been doing some excellent Switch coverage. He's not just kissing ass like. See, again, I wish we had more Nintendo fans like that. He's an obvious Nintendo fan, but he's critical when he needs to be.
Oh yeah. You gotta be, man.
Guys, motherfucker 10 out of 10s and shit. Listen, Zelda is dope. That shit is no 10 out of 10. Get out of here, man. And the Switch is the greatest.
Horizon is a 10 out of 10, right?
No, that's not a 10 out of 10 either. No game is a 10 out of 10.
Oh.
You don't be
9.5 out of 10.
What happened?
Horizon is a 9.5 out of 10, right, Tony?
9.5. Well, for me, it is. That's what the score was, when the Italians came up. Yeah, you know what they call that, Brian? Our fans call that a Tony perfect because they know I don't give 10 out of 10 around here. All right. So Andre, man, I want to thank you once again for being on. You know, always fun having you on. The expertise. You know,
I appreciate that, dude.
Yeah. So
I can't wait. I can't wait for the Friday. What was it? The Friday feature or whatever.
Follow,
always on time, my man.
I follow Friday, man. I don't know. I thought about not doing it tomorrow. I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't do it. And I was gonna wait to see if anybody said anything first. I appreciate you, dude. It's just I got Torrance used to give me shit about it. Everybody used to give me shit about it, man. But dude, I'm sorry. I love you guys. Show me so much love just by talking to me, man. So I just had to show love back to everybody, man. It's like everybody's been so nice to me since I've come back, and it's just I like showing love to people, man. It's just that's who I am.
Good, man.
Yeah, I like that. That's the reason. Like when I go on Friday night, my whole Twitter timeline is just Andre shouting people out.
And what's crazy is there are people who are doing it too. Like I'm my whole time. I'm like, who is this dude? I'm like, wait, okay, I got you. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. All right. So I can truly leave the industry and nothing will change. Okay, good. That's awesome.
That's funny, man. But yeah, please plug your stuff, man. Where can people find you?
Man, realotakugamer.com, new Otaku Man 5000 on Twitter. I'm Otaku Man 5000 everywhere, pretty much. Man, shout outs to you guys, man. You guys have been there, man. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, man. You guys, I love the coalition. You guys are dope. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let the fanboys and haters ruin your experience. Just enjoy have fun, man. That's what game was made for in the first place. Just have fun. Man, forget all this stupid stuff, man. People are arguing too much, but yeah, shout outs to my team, man. We're doing some great things over there, working on some real big projects with different companies, and I'm just glad 7 years. We're we do a celebration. We're gonna start giving away some stuff, and next month we're doing a big thing for autism, so we're doing a big live stream for that. So we look out for that. I'm just glad to be back in the industry, still getting respect. Some shocked, I'm still shocked sometimes, but I appreciate it, man. I do. I appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for having me on, man.
Definitely, man. Anytime. All right, man. Let's wrap this up. So thank you for watching and listening. Subscribe to Throwdown on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Throwdown Show. Links are available in the description below. Once again, I was your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I was joined by Emilio Lopez.
I'll see you later, guys.
Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero.
It's official. I bought my tickets to go to Japan. I'm going to go talk shit to Nintendo to their face.
Shit. Man,
go visit the Konami store and see what's there.
That Metal Gear Survive swag, I'll pass.
Be like, Joy-Con boys. Joy-Con boys. Brian Munjoma.
It seemed like the quarter one of 2017 is like better than the whole 2016.
Yes, I agree with that. 100% agree with that.
2,000% agree. Adam Vale.
Just keep playing Titanfall, and Lucha will be back. It will be back.
And Andre Tipton.
Man, just keep playing everything, man. Just have fun. I don't care. Just everybody's killing me with all this shit. Anyway, the fanboys, give it up. Just give it up. Just stop. Just please stop.
Perfect. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Later.
Peace.
Later, guys.